Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige opens up on the controversy surrounding the first Doctor Strange movie and some of the casting choices, specifically the whitewashing of characters from the comics. Well, I never thought we'd be talking about the casting choices of the first Doctor Strange again, specifically the choice to cast Tilda Swinton as the one and only the Ancient One, because, boy, that was a thing back in those days when they announced the casting. I mean, there wasn't as much backlash as there would be today, but there definitely was backlash even 6 years ago. So it's one of those things that I didn't think we would really ever get addressed. It's kind of like, hey, it's behind us, don't worry about it, and so forth. Recently, though, sitting down with Men's Health, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige was doing the rounds and talking about Shang-Chi, and he specifically wanted to reflect on casting, people that make sense for the role and not changing things. And then he opened up a little bit about the Ancient One, since if you look at the comics and you look at the movie, yeah, there's a disconnect there. And he wanted to bring up the whole decision of it and the great character and the casting choice. And what he said is that he regrets that casting. He says that at the time, everybody that was involved, they figured that this would be cutting edge. It would be something smart, something different, because it's not an old wizard or an old Asian wise man or something like that. Like, they were trying to change it up enough so it's not stereotypical and cliche, and instead they ended up making another mistake that nobody really took into consideration, I think is the best way to put it. And then he said if they could go back and change that and cast an Asian actor, he 100% would. He would fix that, but right now you can't, so there you go. And this is one of those things where you have to go back and look at the time when they were making these and who he was working with, and the people that were also able to call some shots, like Ike Perlmutter, who was very much against putting, anybody that wasn't somebody he approved. Like, the whole reason that they weren't pushing for female films or stars that were females other than Black Widows because of what he was saying. So it was hard to get many things past them, which is why we know him and Kevin Feige had a fallout where Feige was about to walk away. So there's quite a few factors in this on why we ended up getting the actor we did for the role we did. And you see that they're trying to fix that now, and that's kind of something that's really become more conscious in the eyes of the people making these films for the bigger studios. And it probably will become something that's just normal, and years from now you're going to look back on and go, can you imagine they even considered that and then did it? Yeah, those were interesting times. It's just going to become a thing of the past as we move forward.